It's time now for the PHL 11 a.m. news report on this Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon, September 16th, 2015. Good morning and afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. Your 11 a.m. news at 9, 0 on our top 3 at 11 a.m. on this Wednesday morning here. Now, level 1 is... Voters can probably expect to see plenty of fireworks when the top 11 Republican presidential candidates determined by an average of public polls converged in California Wednesday evening for the second GOP primary debate of the 2016 cycle. Hogo, Serbia. Hungarian riot police officers fired water cannons and tear gas on Wednesday after hundreds of migrants tried to break through a gate at the newly reinforced border between Serbia and Hungary. In an interview given to a number of Russian news outlets, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad has criticized what he described as the West's double standards on Syrian refugees. If there was a story tailor-made for the current political moment, in the story of Ahmed Muhammad is an Irving, Texas high school freshman whose homemade clock was inexplicably mistaken for a bomb by a teacher at this high school. Oklahoma City. Oklahoma plans to execute on Wednesday a convicted murderer who tried unsuccessfully to have the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that one of the drugs used in the state's lethal injection mix could cause undue harm and suffering. After years of speculation, Anheuser-Busch InBev has at last approached its brother SAB Miller about a takeover that would create the world's largest beer company. London. He was sober, serious, and sometimes a little technical, but on Wednesday, Jeremy Corbyn, the new and left-wing leader of the Labour Party, changed the tone of one of the Britain's most storied political traditions, the weekly parliamentary. Athens, with Greece's snap elections on Sunday, the top two parties are neck-neck in the polls, and will say a full return of power to the leftist Syriza party, while still possible, is unlikely. A top United Nations official has called for an establishment of a war crimes court to investigate horrific abuses allegedly committed by both the Sri Lankan government and Tamil rebels during the country's 26-year-old civil war. A Danish mother was stabbed to death by her teenage daughter and her daughter's Iraqi boyfriend after they repeatedly watched videos of their brutal Islamic State murderers. Illinois police are looking into the possibility that a Park Lake officer's death was a suicide according to reports. Miami, weather forecasters say a new tropical depression has formed far from land in the central Atlantic. The National Hurricane Center said Wednesday morning it was about 1,215 miles east of the Lesser Antilles and 1,270 miles. Flash flooding in Utah has claimed the lives of 16 people, including 12 who died after a vehicle packed with families were gone to watch torrential waters went into a wall of water filled with debris on Monday. Just 12 hours after the terrifying crash in Houston had claimed the lives of two teenagers, the driver of a school bus that plunged up the overpass walked to the Benton General Hospital shaken but uninjured beyond cuts and bruises. A gauge of home builders sentiment that this month rose to the highest level since November 2005, a sign that the U.S. housing market is shaking off worries about the global economy and volatile financial markets. Washington, U.S. consumer prices unexpectedly fell as August as gasoline prices resumed their decline and the strong dollar curbed the cost of other goods, pointing in that tame inflation that complicates the Federal Reserve's decision whether to hike interest rates. Wall Street was little changed on Wednesday, and investors held fire ahead of the Federal Reserve's decision on interest rate hike here. As we take a look at the stock market report here today, here 16,633.89, up 34.04 points. SP 500, 92.71, up 4.62, and Nasdaq 487.27, down 3.25. The Hewlett Packard Company, which plans to split into two listed companies this year, said it has practically cut about 33,300 jobs over 3 years, and the tech pioneer adjusts to fall in demand. Amazon and Blue Origin founder Jeff Bezos announced plans to build a rocket manufacturing plant and launch site at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida during a press conference on September 15th. See ice concentration today for September 11, 2015, the fourth lowest extended period. The yellow line shows a historic ice edge for the same day. Imagine a caribou, a female pregnant. She is a beautiful animal among all the female deer. Only her domesticated cousin, reindeer, grows like she does. Also, the amount of fish in the oceans has up since 1970 in the plan to break the clouds caused by overfishing and other threats, the WWF conservation group said on Wednesday. Longtime NIMH Director Tom Insel, MD, is leaving his job to join Google's Life Sciences division. The water could contribute to the decline in impaired memory as we age. It's important to get a sufficient dose of vitamin D every day, according to a new study from the University of California, Davis and Rutgers University in the U.S. Most popular chains of restaurants, including Subway, Wendy's, Olive Garden, and many more, have no plans to cut antibiotics in the meat supply despite growing concern from public health officials. Scientists have found young people taking in common antibiotics that are more at risk of committed violent crime. Many studies have looked at the effect of selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, one of the most widely prescribed psychiatric. Peter Channel News Time, a level 5. Time for sports report here. They lost the Red Sox will be taking on the Baltimore Orioles at 7:05 p.m. at Kevin Yards, while the New York Red Bulls will be at Gillette Stadium taking on the New York Red Bull at 7:30 p.m. at Gillette in Foxborough. The Pittsburgh Steelers had misfortune opening the season on the road against the defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots in Week 1, while the San Francisco 49ers had a relatively easy home game against the Minnesota Vikings to start the season as still put tough for the 49ers to beat on the road in Week 2. Jason Day fully cemented himself one of the best golfers in the world with a victory at the PGA Championship last month and followed with another victory at the Barclays in the next start. Lake Forest, Illinois, for the first time in his career, joined the sweep as best constructor cup. He's not the FedEx Cup leader and he lost his number 1 ranking. Peter Channel News Time is there. 11:06 time now for a travel reporter. Let's read it down in southeastern Connecticut, where 95 on the southbound side, a little slow for the north strengthening stretch here. 130 on the westbound side of the Newport Bridge, it's a little slow. 95 on the southbound side, so 195 in Providence all the way up to Route 10 in Cranston here. 146 on the northbound side, it's looking good from Providence all the way out to Worcester. There's some few slow spots in Sutton here. Route 20 on the northbound side, also for the Bourne Rotary here. 120 on the northbound side, it's also for 135 in Needham all the way up to Route 9 in Wellesley. Southeast Express on the northbound side, so from Quincy all the way up to the downtown Boston here. Southeast is to Middleton on both ends of downtown Boston also. Route 3 on the northbound side, so around Route 18 in Weymouth here. Mass Parking on the westbound side, it's all up to Southeast Expressway in Boston all the way after the Blue Tunnel here. 120 on the northbound side, so for Route 1 in 95 in Peabody all the way up to 114 in Peabody due to an accident here on 128 on the northbound side around Lowell Street in Peabody, so expect some delays here. And up in New Hampshire, it's looking good on 95, except 95 on the southbound side, also around Hampton Tolls here. And up in Maine, looking good on the main turnpike for York, over to Gardner via Portland, except on the main turnpike on the northbound side, we get an accident here on the main turnpike for 295 in South Portland, so expect a few delays here. Otherwise, a smooth sailing coming up here on this Wednesday morning and going to Wednesday afternoon here. And looking at MBTA Lorsal, Human Health Ferry trips will be read out in about 14 days due to the schedule Long Island Bridge construction at 3 to 8 minutes of travel. On the subway, it is looking good. And on the Cabrera Rail, Fredericksburg Haverhill Line train 212-944 a.m. from Haverhill canceled today due to construction, and Haverhill Line train 210-905 a.m. from Haverhill today, approximately 20 minutes due to Amtrak conflict. Here's Channel News Time, 11:08 time now for a weather report here. Today, that's got about 85 degrees, a lot of variable wind. Tonight, Petrobras up to 5 a.m. west, close got about 57 degrees and light south wind. Thursday, Petrobras for 8 a.m. west, that's got about 86 degrees, calm wind becoming southwest wind 5 to 7 miles per hour in the morning here. Thursday, Petrobras up to 5 a.m. west, most close got about 59 degrees and south about 5 miles coming in the evening here. Friday, Petrobras for 8 a.m. west, that's got about 84 degrees, southwest about 3 to 5 miles per hour here. Friday, that Petrobras up to 3 a.m. west, most close got about 60 degrees. Saturday, Petrobras for 9 a.m. west. Both sides got about 79 degrees. Saturday night, Petrobras up to 11 p.m. was. Podcast got about 60 degrees. Sunday, Petrobras for 9 a.m. was. Podcast got about 60 degrees. Saturday night, Petrobras got about 34 degrees. Monday, most of the podcast got about 68, about 32 degrees. And for Tuesday, most of got about 71 degrees. There. Not temperature at 11:09 a.m. Fair skies, 80 degrees. Humidity 51%. And that is coming for the Peter Channel. 11 a.m. news report on this September 16th, 2015 on a Wednesday. Viewers, you have a good afternoon and good night. See you later on. Have a good day.